How's she going? Mike here, good morning. Well, got a little snow last night. We're going to get the Massey out, have a go at plowing some snow. It sure looks pretty. Kind of hate to plow because when you plow, it doesn't make it look so nice. We can't leave it like this. So let's get at her. So I'm going to start by plowing my way out of the temporary shelter where I store the tractor. I always back the tractor in the shelter so I can plow my way out. So I'm starting to plow through here. And I just push, I make a cut first, just push the snow, basically cut myself a path, push the snow over beside the car and into this little area here in front of the camp. Push the snow up in there. And you notice I'm using the joystick a lot from side to side motion. When the snow is heavy like this, with the snowblower in the back of the tractor gets light in the front end, so I angle the blade to help the snow that's pushing against the blade steer the tractor. So for example, if I want to go right, I'll angle my blade to the left so that'll push the tractor to the right. And again, there's always this little maneuver trying to get up close to the woodshed and not hit the temporary shelter with the snowblower in the back. And I made it all right there. Every once in a while I hit the shelter, but I'm getting pretty good at it. So I just push the snow in here, that's one of the spots I use for stalking the snow. I push the snow in there and I end up pushing a lot of gravel in with it lots of times, so in the spring I have to pick the gravel off the lawn there, but I guess that's all you can do. So it takes 3 or 4 passes to get this little area beside the woodshed cleared off. I guess you'd call it the driveway for the temporary shelter. But I need to get that cleared out first. Use a little kind of a working area there that I create so I can maneuver the tractor around to get aim in the direction that I want to plow into. See, there's some snow sticking on the blade. I waxed my blade there. You saw that video about waxing the blade. But it works a lot better. The snow isn't continually sticking to the blade, so you just have to shake the blade a little bit or drop it down, and the snow usually just falls right off it. So the wax is working good. I like it. I think that was a good solution. So one more pass by here ought to do it. What happens, especially when the snow is this deep, you'll make a pass, then you'll make another pass, but then you leave a windrow behind, so then you have to go back and clean the windrow, and then that windrow leaves a windrow. So it takes a lot of passes to get all the snow cleared off. I think I'm just about ready here to say this part is done. Push a little bit of snow over here, just to open up this area right there by the corner of the barn. That's just so I can turn the tractor around and get a better aim. I must say this snow, it wasn't real sticky, like wet snow I mean. It was easy to plow and the tractor was working good, so good luck plowing it. So now I'm starting to actually plow off the landing. So this is the first push. And again, this is just pushing snow out of the way, basically making a path. It doesn't look pretty or neat. It's just mainly a maneuver to get snow off the landing. And as I make these passes back and forth, push the snow over to the far side of the landing there, then I'll come back with multiple passes to clean up the windrows and clean up the mess that I made left behind. But for the most part, this is just busting trails, basically. So I can get the tractor in. Now what I'm doing is I'm lining up here because I'm going to cut in front of the barn, the shop, and this is always a tricky one because I want to come as close as I can, especially along there by the bench. But now as I get over to this side, I have to swing to the left, and when you swing to the left, then the snowblower in the back is going to move to the right, and I don't want to smash into the bench. I did that before, and I ended up having to rebuild a leg on the bench, and that wasn't very good. So it takes a little bit of caution as I'm plowing along that area. But you see, as I plow with the blade angled, the snow will slide off, in this particular case sliding off to the left. So the windrow there is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So now I'm making a run to try to break that windrow down and just push it over into the corner, get it out of the way. And if you notice, I'm working the joystick a lot there, again moving it from side to side to try to steer the tractor in a straight line. Because like I was saying, when it's light in the front end because the snowblower on the back, then the tractor tends to go where the snow is pushing it. So I use the blade to allow the snow to push it where I want it to go rather than where the snow wants it to go. So right there you see I have my wheels turned hard to the left because I'm angled to the left, and the tractor was being pushed to the right. But you just get used to it after a while. You don't even really think about it. It's just like steering. It'd be like having individual rear brakes on a larger tractor. You would just use one brake then the other to help steer. So I just angle the blade to help steer too. So there's another big push going down right through into back by that fire pit, and I use this as just a place to stockpile the snow. The way I'm pushing the snow there and the snow falling off the blade on either side, I often thought it would be a great idea if I had wings on the side of my blade so I could turn my blade like into a snow pusher. I think that would be good because when you're plowing and your blade is straight, then you can steer the tractor a little bit. It kind of goes where you want it to go then because there's no force on the snow pushing it left or right. So if I had wings on my blade, I could use it as a snow pusher, and I could just set the blade straight, and I think I could be a lot more efficient in clearing the landing. The snow pusher, the wings, like to make it a snow pusher, really pay off if you're clearing a wide area like this, like my landing. Because as you see there, I made that nice big push, got lots of snow moved, but there was windrows on either side, so then I have to go back and clean those windrows up. So I'm thinking a project maybe for next summer, through the summer, would be to put wings on my blade, but I want to make those wings removable because you'll see coming up here when I start to plow the lane, I want to angle the blade because I want the snow then to slide off the blade either on the left side or the right side, whereas if I had wings on the blade that wouldn't happen. So I'd like to make my blade changeable into a snow pusher blade. Sticker time again, boys. I love sticker time, and I got a letter today from Big Vic's Workshop. Big Vic's Workshop. Check that out. I like that sticker. Nice sticker. Anyway, Big Vic, he says, "Hi Mike, I thank you for doing the sticker trade. I think trading stickers is great. It's good fun. You know, you get to adorn your wall with all your stickers. I think that's great. So no problem, Vic. I enjoy your channel and thank you for watching mine. No problem, Vic. You got a great channel. Stay warm and have a great one, and enjoy the ride," he says. So Big Vic, he does a lot of work on small engines, lawnmowers, but he also does a bunch of other things around his place. So Big Vic, check him out. So we're going to try and peel the backing off it. There it comes. I lucked out. I got her first try. Big Vic, where are we going to put you, buddy? How about right there? Looks good. Big Vic's Workshop on YouTube. Check him out. I'll put a link to Big Vic's channel in the description down below. I appreciate if you went and said hi to him from Grampie. Okay, back to plowing. Making the first cut out the lane here. So you see I got the blade angled to the right, and we're pushing down through there. And when I'm plowing, I always try to have my blade in float. So sometimes because of the density of the snow, it'll rise up a little bit and leave a little bit extra on the ground, but that's okay. I can go back with another trip and pick that off. But here you see, hard to see, but I'm pushing a lot of snow out front. So I'm turning off the lane a little bit here to try to push that snow over the bank to get rid of it. So one thing about plowing, when you're plowing like this and you have the big pile of snow on the blade, it's nice to be able to unload that somewheres. So I'm just going off to the side of the lane there, trying to push it over the bank. If you were snow blowing the lane, that wouldn't be a problem, of course, because you just blow the snow into the woods. But when you're plowing, you make snow banks, and that's what happens. So it's quite a long jaunt out here down the lane. My lane is about, I don't know, 600 feet long probably. So that's not long if you're walking it, but it's long, I guess, if you're plowing. And the trees grow right up to the edge of the lane. So it's always a little bit of a challenge to get as close as you can to the tree line, but you don't want to get too close because you don't want the tractor to slip off the lane and fall down, because there's pretty good size, like my lane is built up quite a bit, so if I went off the lane I'd be in trouble. The tractor would slide in there, I'd be stuck to spring for sure. So now we're out onto our lake road, and when I plow my lane I like to push the snow right across the road. A couple of reasons for that. It clears a snowbank off on the far side of the road, so it makes it easier for traffic to pass and whatnot. Plus it keeps the snow from building up on the corners of my lane, so that when I'm coming out the lane I can see down the road, see if there's traffic coming. Alright, so here we go down now, we're going back in. So again, turn that corner, the angle on the blade, and have the snow rolling off the blade nicely to the right over the bank down in the ditch. So my lane too, it's like it's low in the middle. So right now where I am right there, that's probably the lowest part of the lane. Then I go up probably 8 or 10 feet of rise to come into the camp, and the same going out to the road, I go up about 8 or 10 feet of rise. So you'll see I'm coming up the hill there. Usually I have to, like I'm in high gear when I'm plowing, but coming up the hill, depending on the amount of snow, sometimes I'll have to stop, put it in low range so I can get up the hill. But that's, not really a problem. See, I'm pushing quite a lot of snow there, so it is a load for the tractor. So now I continue to push this right down along. Now we're into the side yard here, pushing down towards where I have the play area for the grandkids. And I just pile the snow up against that. There's a lot of backing up. You spend a lot of time plowing, but you realize half that time you're backing up. I should turn the blower on when I'm backing up, but not yet. I don't like to use the blower until I have really good base of snow down, because the blower picks up all the gravel and it throws it on the lawn, the gardens and everything, and I don't want that. So when I plow my lane, you'll notice that I went down each side. Now I'm going down the middle. It usually takes about 6 runs, 3 runs out, 3 runs back to get my lane clear. I go down the sides first to push the snow off on the sides. Then I'll go down the center, and then I'll come back with the last couple of trips and plow the sides again. That's just because the tractor is light on the front end, it can't push a lot of snow into a bank without the snow having the tractor push sideways. So when I clean along the banks first, then the next cut I'm just taking the snow from the middle, putting it towards the banks, and then the last cut I'm taking the snow banks again and push them off the sides. So you'll see here, now these 2 runs that I'm making here out and in are clearing off now the center part of the lane, and I'm making the snowbank next to the snowbank, and I'll go with another run to clear those off. Here we are just finishing up, so it's another good day plowing. I enjoyed it. Hope you do too. Alright, we got the plowing all done there. There was more plowing than what I videoed, but I think an hour of snow plowing video would be too much, so I kind of cut this one short. But we got the lane cleared and we got the landing cleared out, so we're good now till the next snow. The wax on the blade seems to be working good. There was still some snow building up on the blade, but you just had to shake the blade a little bit or drop the blade down and the snow would fall right off it. So that's good. Looks like that carnauba wax is doing its job on the blade, but I expect it's going to wear off pretty quick, so we'll have to see. But anyway, it's working good now. That's what I like. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the little snow plowing video, and stay safe, and I hope you're not too cold where you are. Enjoy the winter. We'll talk to you soon.